Hello, my dear students. I welcome to all of you to this session of fluid mechanics. Dear students, we are discussing the fluid mechanics subject paper code ME 303 dedicated for BTech second year student. Total lecture will be delivered 36. So this is me, Dhiraj Mondal, Assistant Professor, JS College of Engineering, Department of Mechanical Engineering. This is my YouTube channel and this is the channel link. Here you can join DM Study Center. For every my video, every single video, already more than 150 lecture has been delivered. Okay, so you can join refrigeration subject, fluid machinery. These are the subject which are uploaded. Okay, also some lectures which are taken by Polar sir, material handling and quality and reliability. Some subject is taken by Dr. P.K. Vardhan, that is your advanced manufacturing process. Okay, so these are the subject which is which are taken by different faculties of JS College of Engineering. So through this initiative students are getting helpful. Thank you JS College of Engineering for this great initiative. This is my email ID. You can submit the assignment here. This is my Telegram channel. All the lecture PDF will be uploaded here. You can join here, and this is my phone number. Any kind of theory subject related query or any kind of admission related query you can ask me, or this is the phone number and admission cell your email ID. You can ask here. Okay, in case if you want to join mechanical engineering department, yeah, admission is open for all of you. So welcome to JS College of Engineering. So let us start. So today we will be discussing about the orifice and mouthpiece. Okay, orifices and mouthpiece is it is your lecture number 14. So I hope the last 13 lecture you have completed, because these are the lecture which already it is uploaded in the DM Study Center YouTube channel. So if you haven't seen that lecture, please see that lecture, because that is very important for your upcoming exam, and as well as for GATE exam also, GATE ES exam also. Okay, so let us start. So first of all, what do you mean by orifice? Have you seen anywhere orifice? Basically, orifice is a small opening of any cross section, such as circular, rectangular, triangular, on the side or bottom of tank through which the fluid is flowing. So already I have told orifice and mouthpiece. What is mouthpiece? Mouthpiece is a short length of a pipe which is 2 or 3 times diameter of in length, fitted in tank or vessel containing the fluid. Basically, orifice and mouthpiece, these are the device which is used to measure the flow rate. So first of all, see what is the shape of the orifice. So this is the shape of the orifice. This is the small opening, or small, you can say small opening from through which the water is allowed to flow, and as a result we can find out the discharge or mass, what volume flow rate we can find out discharge. Okay, and what is mouthpiece? It is also like this, but there is a small pipe which is through 2 to 3 times the diameter of the hole. Okay, so this is all about the definition of orifice and mouthpiece. Small opening of any cross section on the side at the basically it is placed in the bottom portion. Okay, and from here the water is allowed to flow. And mouthpiece is a short length of pipe which is 2 or 3 times the diameter in length, fitted in the tank or vessel containing the fluid. Okay, so this is your mouthpiece, and this is your orifice. The water is allowed to flow from the bottom portion of the fluid, and we are finding out the discharge. So Classification, let us discuss the classification of orifice. Basically, orifice are classified on the basis of the size, which size is the shape, nature, or discharge and shape of the upstream edge. So, what are the classification? Let us see. So, first of all, the orifice are classified as small orifice and large orifice. Basically, it is depending upon the size of the orifice. On the basis of the size of the orifice, it is a small and large orifice. Size of the orifice and head of liquid from the center of the orifice. Okay. If the head of liquid from the center of orifice is more than 5 times, okay, so what about the head we are getting, that is more, and the center of the orifice is more than 5 times. So let us continue. This is your tank and from here the water is flowing. So this is your central line and this is your, okay, so if the head of the liquid from the center of the orifice, this is the center of the orifice, is more than 5 times the depth of orifice. So what about the depth? It is 5 times, more than 5 times the depth of the orifice. The orifice is called small orifice, and if the head of liquid is less than the 5 times the depth of orifice is known as large orifice. So here you can see in this figure, this is the center of the orifice and this is your head. Clear? So here basically the next classification classified as the circular, it is classified as circular orifice, triangular orifice, rectangular orifice, square orifice, depending upon their cross sectional area. Then it is classified as sharp edge orifice, bell mounted orifice, depending upon the shape of the upstream edge of the orifice. Then the orifices are classified as free discharge orifice, down drawn and submerged orifice, depending upon the nature of the discharge, and submerged orifice are further classified as fully submerged orifice and partially submerged orifice. Though the in your syllabus only basic idea about orifice and is given, okay, so basically all the types, it is when you are going to take this, that means if you are applying for if you are taking the preparation for ES or GATE, then all the that is required, but in your exam point of view it is not required. So what I am discussing, that is more important, and we will be discussing more important orifice. Okay, orifices. So flow through an orifice. Let us discuss a simple orifice meter. A orifice is taken here. So here basically this is a tank or reservoir, water reservoir, and this is your small opening at the bottom portion. Small opening at the bottom portion of the tank, you can see. Now considering the tank with a circular, this is a circular orifice in the bottom portion or one side of the tank, and H is the head of the liquid above the center of the orifice. This is the center. So above the center of the orifice, H is the head. That means from the free surface and the center of the orifice is called your H. The liquid flowing through the orifice forms a jet. This is your jet, you can see, liquid jet, and gradually it is decreasing its shape. That means the size of the jet is decreasing, and you will see in the CC point we will find a small cross sectional area. So that small cross sectional area, where the minimum cross sectional area we are getting, that is called your vena contracta. Very very important. What is vena contracta? When the fluid is flowing from orifice, then the area of the jet of fluid goes on decreasing, and at the section CC the area is minimum. Okay, so where the area is minimum, this section is approximately a distance of half of the diameter of the orifice. Okay, at this section the streamline is straight and parallel to each other. You can see parallel to each other and perpendicular to the plane of the orifice. The section, that means you can say this is a plane of the orifice, this is a plane of the orifice, and with respect to plane of the orifice it is a perpendicular in nature. Okay, and the streamline are parallel to each other. Okay, this section is called vena contracta, and the small cross sectional area, very small cross sectional area we will be getting here. So if I am applying the Bernoulli's theorem in between point 1 and point 2 or CC, so what will happen? So let us see how what will happen. This is your liquid Z, and this is the vena contracta CC point. Okay, now if I am applying Bernoulli's theorem, then what we can write? P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus Z1 is equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2. Am I right? But in the equation you can see this Z1 is equal to Z2 because it is lying in the same datum line. This is the datum line. So Z1 and Z2 is equal. So P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g is equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g. But from the diagram, from the here you can see P1 by rho g is what? Pressure head, and pressure head is equal to, in this portion it is your P by rho g is the pressure head or H. So P by rho g is the pressure head or it is called H, and P2 by rho g is the basically atmospheric pressure, so it will be 0. So taking atmospheric pressure, it is your that means your 0. So with respect to atmospheric pressure, this is your P1 by rho g is equal to H and P2 by rho g is equal to 0. Now I think it is clear. Now you see, put the value P1 by rho g is equal to H, V1 squared by 2g. In this diagram you can easily say that the velocity here is almost negligible because there is very less amount of velocity it is experienced, this fluid. It is gradually it is coming and it is coming out, and here we will get some velocity. So what is the velocity? V1 is very small compared to the V2, as area of tank is very large as compared to the area of Z of liquid, so it is also 0. So H plus 0 is equal to atmospheric pressure, that is your 0, and V2 square by 2g. So V2 is equal to root over 2g. So this is the theoretical velocity of the liquid or fluid which is flowing through the orifice. Actual value and the actual velocity will be less than this value. You know that CV is what? Coefficient of velocity is a actual velocity by theoretical velocity. So what I have got, that is your theoretical velocity. Okay, so in case if you need to find out the actual velocity, then CV into theoretical velocity is called your V actual. Okay, so this is all about the flow through orifice, how we can calculate the velocity, and as we have got velocity, then we can easily find out the discharge, because discharge is equal to area into velocity. So cross sectional area is your pi by 4 d square. So if you know the diameter, if you know the velocity, you can easily find out the discharge. That is our motto. Okay, so the orifice meter is basically used to measure the discharge of a flowing fluid when the fluid is flowing from a bottom portion or bottom portion of the tank, and through that small opening the fluid is allowed to flow, and as a result we are finding out the discharge of the fluid. Okay, next let us discuss about the hydraulic coefficient, which is very important, everywhere it is needed. Okay, so hydraulic coefficient, there are mainly three hydraulic coefficient: coefficient of velocity CV, coefficient of contraction CC, coefficient of discharge CD. So first of all, let us discuss about the coefficient of velocity. CV, basically it is the ratio of actual velocity by theoretical velocity. So basically it is defined as the ratio between the actual velocity of a jet of liquid at vena contracta and the theoretical velocity of jet, and it is denoted by CV. CV is the actual velocity of jet at vena contracta by theoretical velocity. Now let us consider the actual velocity at vena contracta is equal to v, and theoretical velocity already I have got from the previous equation root over 2g is. You know that this is your previous equation. From this equation v actual velocity is your root over 2g is. So to find out the theoretical velocity, only is or head is needed. Okay. Now the value of CV varies from 0.9 to 95 to 99. Okay. So the value is given, it will be given. If it is not given, you can you can assume that value is 0.9, 0.98 or 0.97 like this, or 0.98. Okay. So it is differing from 0.95 to 0.99. Okay. For different orifice, depending upon the shape and the size of the orifice, and on the head under which flow takes place, generally value is 0.98 is taken. Okay. So if it is not given, you can easily take 0.98, but it will be given. Okay. So I hope how we can calculate the CV. CV is the coefficient of velocity, and it is the actual velocity at vena contracta to the theoretical velocity is called CV. Now let us consider CC, very important, coefficient of contraction. So coefficient of contraction is defined as the area of the jet at vena contracta by area of the orifice. Okay, area of the jet at vena contracta by area of the orifice is called CC, coefficient of contraction. That means how much contraction is taking place when the water is particle is flowing through a small opening. Okay. So if you know the area of the orifice, if you know the area of the vena contracta, you can find out the CC, and it is varying from 0.61 to 0.69. Generally it is taken 0.66 or 0.65 like this. Depending upon the shape, size of the orifice and head of the liquid under which flow takes place. Okay. So generally 0.64, generally 0.6465 it is taken. Okay. It will be, the value will be also given. Next is your last term, that is your CD. CD already I have told you last because when we were discussing the orifice meter and venturi meter, then it was discussed. So what is CD? CD is the actual velocity, actual discharge by theoretical discharge. Discharge means, discharge is the volume flow rate. Okay. So what is the actual discharge and what is the theoretical discharge? That is the ratio, and that ratio is called your CD, coefficient of discharge. And also we can write CD is equal to, we can write actual discharge by theoretical discharge, and it is also called area into velocity actual by area into velocity theoretical. Am I right? So area actual by area theoretical into velocity actual by velocity theoretical. Okay. So what will happen? Actual area by theoretical area, or area of the vena contracta, area of the vena contracta and area of the orifice, or it is called your coefficient of contraction, and it is your coefficient of velocity, remember. So what we can write, CD is equal to, here basically I can write actual velocity by theoretical velocity, actual area by theoretical area. Actual velocity by theoretical velocity is called your CV, actual area by theoretical area is called your CC. So CD is equal to CV into CC. So this question many time it is asked that what is the relation between CC and CD. So it is basically CD is equal to CV into CC. So how we can remember that VC, vice chancellor, you can remember. So D is equal to VC. Okay. Okay, and it is varying from 0.61 to 65. Okay, so general purpose it is taken 0.62. Okay. So these are the hydraulic coefficient which is needed, very important when we are going to solve the numerical, then it will be needed. Now let us solve some numerical based on the orifice meter. So first problem, let us see first problem, because what I am going to what I am discussing, whether that particular, based on that theory, whether some numerical is coming or not, that is also that will be also discussed here, because we are just studying the outcome based study is taking place right now. So that is why we need to solve some numerical after solving some theory, okay, after derivation. Okay, so first of all, go through the first problem. The water over an orifice, the head of water over an orifice of diameter 40 mm is 10 meter. Find the actual discharge and actual velocity of the jet at Vena contractor. Take CD is equal to 0.6, CB is equal to 0.998. So age is given, head is given 10 centimeter. Is it 10 centimeter or 10 meter? I think it is 10 meter. So head is given 10 meter. Diameter of the orifice given 40 mm. Take it in terms of meter or SI unit. Area you can find out pi by 4 d square. CD is given, CV is given. What you need to find out? We need to find out the actual discharge. Okay, find the actual discharge and actual velocity. We need to again find out actual velocity. So you know that based on the given data, these are the given data, based on the given data we have to calculate the actual discharge and the actual velocity. So first of all, what are the given data that you have to write? Then what is asking? Actual discharge, and we know that CD is equal to actual by theoretical discharge. So CD is given, actual discharge anyhow I have to find out, so that we can find out the theoretical discharge anyhow I have to find out, so that I can easily find out the actual discharge. So CD is equal to 0.6. So CD is equal to 0.6, and the theoretical discharge is what? You know that theoretical discharge is equal to area of the orifice. Theoretical discharge is equal to area into velocity. So area of the orifice into theoretical velocity. So now how we can find out the theoretical velocity? It is equal to root over 2gh, and area you already got. So you can easily find out the theoretical discharge, and by the help of theoretical discharge I can easily find out the actual discharge. So let us see. So actual discharge by theoretical discharge is equal to 0.6, but theoretical discharge is equal to velocity, theoretical velocity into area of the orifice. Now velocity, theoretical velocity is equal to theoretical velocity is equal to root over 2gh. So put all the value, you will be getting 14 meter per second. Now theoretical discharge means area into velocity. So what is area? Area is given, this is your area, and velocity is 14. So this is the actual theoretical discharge, meter cube per second. Remember, this is meter cube per second, not meter square per second, and this is your meter, 10 meter. So how we can find out actual discharge? Actual discharge is equal to CD into theoretical discharge. Put all the value, you will be getting the answer 0.01054 meter cube per second. That is your answer. I hope it is clear. Next, come to the next problem, next question, that is your you have to calculate the actual velocity. So we know that CV is equal to what? Actual velocity by theoretical velocity. So we know already I have got actual velocity 14 and CV is given 0.98. We can easily find out the actual velocity 13.72 meter per second. Am I right? So if there is any query, you can ask me in the comment section. Once you have completed the lecture, write down done in the comment section. so that you will be given some marks and also attendance, and that is the presence, okay, that you have learned, or you have seen my lecture. Okay, now 7.2, next problem, very very important problem. The head of water over the center of an orifice of diameter 20 mm is 1 meter. Okay, next, so 1 meter is the head, diameter 20 mm. The actual discharge through the orifice is 0.85 liter per second. So remember, it is given at liter per second. You need to take it in terms of meter cube per second. So that what you have to do, you have to multiply it by 1000. Okay. So find the coefficient of discharge. You have to find out the coefficient of discharge. Now we know that CD is equal to what? CD is equal to actual discharge by theoretical discharge. Now the actual discharge also given, and theoretical discharge is equal to root c area into velocity, theoretical. So area is also, you know, that pi by 4 d square. So from this equation you can find out, this is the discharge, take it in terms of meter cube per second, that is your SI unit. Theoretical velocity root over 2gh, put all the value you will be getting in terms of meter per second. Theoretical discharge is equal to theoretical velocity into area of the orifice. Area of the orifice already it is given. So 0.00139 meter cube per second is the theoretical discharge, and coefficient of discharge is equal to actual by theoretical. So 0.61 is the answer. So very easy problem. Next, come to the next experimental determination of hydraulic coefficient. You know that CD already I have told you that it is basically, CD is the coefficient of discharge and it is equal to actual discharge by theoretical discharge. Now somewhere in the question you will be seen, so discharge is equal to, we can say that discharge is equal to what? Area of the measuring tank into height, that is volume flow rate. So area into height by time is the discharge, and theoretical discharge is the area of the orifice into root over 2gh. So if I am supplying some water here in the tank, and from the tank you can see, from the tank the water is coming and it is coming to the measuring tank. Okay, so from here I can find out the volume, I can find out the time, how to occupy this volume, how much time is required. I can find out the actual discharge from here. Okay, so actual discharge is your volume flow rate. Okay, now you can see here CD is equal to actual by theoretical discharge, and actual discharge is equal to area into root over 2gh. So this, let us consider this horizontal distance is your x and the vertical distance is your y, because we have taken a vena contracta, position of the vena contracta, and this P point anywhere I can take. So this P point, from the P point and C point, this the horizontal distance is your x and vertical distance is your y. So you know that S is equal to ut plus half ft square. Okay, so you know that this equation, so by the help of this equation we can write that means ax is the horizontal distance traveled by the particle in t time. Okay, t time, and y is the vertical distance between p and cc, and v is equal to actual velocity of jet at vena contracta. So x is equal to vt, that means s equal to vt, you know, displacement is equal to velocity into time, and y is equal to ut, y is equal to ut plus half gt square. Why it is plus? Because it is downward. So ut is initial velocity is 0, that is why half gt square, y is equal to half gt square, vertical distance, and t is equal to x by v. Put the value of x in the equation of y, so you will be getting this here half into g into x square by v square. So v is equal to root over x g x square by 2y. Am I right? So the discharge I can find out like this, determination of coefficient of discharge. How we can find out the discharge? Because actual, this q is the actual volume flow rate, so you can easily find out volume flow rate, and area into root over 2gh, this h you can find out the CD. But in case if you want to get the CB, see this is not in your syllabus, but it is needed when you are solving the numerical. This velocity, how you can find out? This velocity, theoretical velocity, is root over g x square by 2y, where what is x? X is the horizontal distance from the C and P position at time t, and y is the vertical distance from P to C. Okay, vertical distance between C and P and CC, and x is the horizontal distance traveled by the particle in time t. So this is the value, v is equal to g x square by 2y. Very very important formula, keep it in your mind. By theoretical velocity, you know that theoretical velocity is equal to root over 2gh. So cv is equal to actual velocity by theoretical velocity. This is your actual velocity, already I have got g x square by 2y, and theoretical velocity root over 2gh. So x root over x square by 4 x square by 4y is the coefficient of velocity. So ultimately cv is equal to what? X by root over 4y. So this is the formula which is needed. So from this equation you can see x by root over 4y. X and y, I hope it is clear. So cv is equal to x by root over 4y is the equation for cv. Now you know that cd is equal to what? Cv into cc. So you can easily find out cc is equal to cd by cv. So these are the formula which is needed when you are going to solve the numerical. Okay, so again I am telling you, this is the equation. S is equal to ut plus half gt square. When the body is falling from higher elevation to lower elevation, this height you can find out. So y is the height, half gt square, because u is equal to 0 here, and s equal to vt, that means displacement into velocity into time. So from these two equation I can achieve this velocity. This is your actual velocity. Clear? So this is the experimental determination. Basically in the lab in JIS college, that means in our lab, you can see this kind of arrangement. If it is available, then we can easily find out the CD, CC and CV. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Next class we will be discussing some numerical based on the CD, CC, CV and related, and also we will be discussing the orifice meter, some orifice meter of for large orifice meter. Okay, flow through large orifice meter. So today up to this, any kind of query related to admission, you can call here, and this is the email ID of the college. Okay, so and also you can connect me. This is my phone number. This is, and WhatsApp me in case of if you want to join in the mechanical engineering department. Today up to this, thank you for listening. Jai Hind.